When you were in school, which teacher left the deepest mark? The kindest one, the funniest, or the one whose very footsteps make your class sit up straight like little soldiers? In the small school I went to, in the Mekong Delta, there was one teacher like that, the math teacher. Out of 100 students, 99 were both terrified of her and absolutely loved her class. We feared her chalk, we feared her blackboard, we feared her iron rod of justice. But strangely enough, we loved her lectures even more, and maybe, just maybe, it wasn't her strictness that made us love her. It was the fire in her eyes when she taught. So today let me tell you her story, the story of a teacher whose passion never retired. Hi, it's me again, G from Me, and today's portrait is of someone who lit up not just the blackboard but the dreams of generations, my teacher. I met her when I was in 7th grade. New school, new town, and I ended up living in the teacher's dormitory. She welcomed me like a niece. She doesn't directly teach my class, but she tutored me in math, strictly, patiently. And here's what I quickly learned. Even though she looked small and gentle, she had the shout of a lion. Rumors from the older students all said the same thing. Beware of the math teacher. Why? Because if you skipped homework, her rod would find you like a GPS. Slap, slap. Every hit had meaning. Not cruel, just educational. But you know what else those rumors said? She teaches really well. She's strict, but she makes you understand everything. She actually cares if we get it. That rod, maybe a little scary, but her passion, way more powerful. And her students, no matter how rebellious, respected her because they knew she wasn't just teaching numbers, she was teaching discipline, creativity, effort, life. She believed education wasn't just stuffing facts into our heads. It was about learning how to learn, finding new ways to solve a problem, thinking for yourself, fail, try again, get confused, ask. She smiled when we got it right, she frowned when we slacked off, and she kept us moving forward. She was also fearless when it came to change. At first, she typed like a chicken barking at rice, but guess what? She still built one of the most popular teaching websites in Violet.vn with her team. Never taught tech, no problem. She joined an education course led by 2 American professors about intangible heritage in education and nailed it. Even got invited to teach at a top school in Saigon. One student came up to her after and said, "I never thought craft could be so interesting. Thank you." That sentence, better than any award. I visited her on a sunny day, in the middle of rainy season. The sky was bright, but not as bright as her smile. The years might added silver to her hair and lights to her face, but the sparkle in her eyes, still there, still glowing. Back then, I just thought she talked loudly and smiled a lot. Now I know that voice came from confidence, that smile came from love. That fire in her eyes was passion. And funny thing, teaching wasn't even her dream. She wanted to be a doctor. But she failed her exam, followed her friends to the south to study pedagogy, and somehow along the way fell in love with teaching, not as a backup plan, but as a calling. Now that she's retired, she still tutors kids in her neighborhood, not for money, just to keep giving, because for her, living is giving. As the Vietnamese poet Tho Hiểu once wrote, "If you are a bird, a leaf, then the bird must sing, the leaf must be green. How can you borrow without paying back? Living is to give, not just to receive." Her story, simple, no spotlight, No grand stage, just years of quiet giving. But it reminds me, passion doesn't always begin with a big plan. Sometimes it starts with a detour, with a failed exam, with a change moment. But if you follow it, you'll find where you mean to be. So here's to all the passionate people who give not to be seen, but to make others shine. Maybe you have one of those people in your life too. Maybe you're becoming one. I hope her story sparks something in you, and I can't wait to share the next portrait in the way I see her portrays with hers. See you soon.